A man fights off an armed robbery while using a power hose. We hear the full story from Mike Davis, a former IT manager who thought it would be another ordinary trip to the car wash. Welcome to After Hours, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Sam Goldberg. So that was 46-year-old Louisiana resident Mike Davis. It was a Wednesday around 2 a.m. Davis took his 2016 Honda Accord V6 to Oasis Car Wash in Shreveport, Louisiana. While washing the Honda, Davis's dash cam captures the moment two armed men approach him while demanding Davis's keys and money. Instead of backing down, Davis decides to spray the two criminals with a power hose. At the time of this recording, the two suspects involved have not been arrested or even found. So joining us now is the man you just saw washing his car in that video, Mike Davis. Mike is a former IT manager and a rescue animal advocate. He's also the host of Pure Chaos YouTube. Mike, thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, it's great to be here, Sam.
I guess first and foremost, what did the guys say to you when they approached your car?
At first I didn't see them. I actually saw a guy out on my left-hand side, and he didn't say anything. He walked by, and I thought maybe, he was just, somebody walking by. And then when I turned to my right, that's when his accomplice had set up on me. And that guy actually said to me, he said, "Give me your keys and give me your money." And I pretended like I didn't hear him. And I was like, "What'd you say?" It allowed me to close the gap with him a little bit. So I could, also give me a little bit of time to figure out what the hell I was about to do.
Did you decide right away when they approached you were going to use the power wash tool that you had on you?
No. I actually kind of went into like a weird headspace. It's almost like time stopped for a second, and it was kind of like Doctor Strange, where you see like a million different things that you could do. The easiest would have been just, here's my keys, whatever. But I had so many things in my head, like my brother there and things like that. So time kind of stopped, and that's when I said, I was like, I have a weapon in my hand, and that's when I viewed that as a weapon. And it was kind of weird. It's one of those things in your life where everything just slows down for a minute. And you have that time to think that you don't think you have, even though it's a split second. It seemed like I had 5 minutes to sit there and ponder what to do. But it came to me really quick. I was like, I have a weapon in my hand. This is 3,000 PSI, 140-degree water with soap in it. Let me get it in this guy's eyes and see what he does.
Not your first time at the car wash, clearly. So the weapon in your hand, obviously a power wash, car wash tool. You're literally going against two guns. Like, weren't you worried about using that against guns?
It's not the first time I've had a gun pulled on me. In my life, unfortunately, I came from Houston, Texas. There's a lot of crime there. I've been in bad areas. When I was younger, I like to go out, at night, and that's when bad things happen. So it's not the first time I had a gun pulled on me. It's the first time I had a gun pulled on me when I had something as a weapon in my hand.
Were you worried about the second guy behind you? So you sprayed the first guy, and then there's another guy behind you. Like, what were you thinking about the guy behind you the whole time?
Yeah. I mean, I knew that he was there. That's why in the video, if you watch, that's why I kind of run to the front of the car, and then I dip left, and I turn around to confront him after I'd already taken on, the gunman. And as far as I know, there's only one gun involved. It was the gun that was in my face. The other guy, I don't know if he was armed or not. I didn't see another gun. So as far as I know, it was two guys, one gun. So. I was concerned about him, though, because I heard him running up on my backside. I guess he saw what was going on. It wasn't going to plan. It did hit me right in the back of my head. I was like, watch out for this other guy on my six.
Quick thinking, and you sprayed him too, right?
Yeah. I actually tried to hit him, and then I was going to try to spray him too, but they kind of bumbled into each other like stooges and took off running. So,
Did you have a cigarette in your mouth the entire time?
Yeah, I did actually. And I used to tell people when they see my video, I'm like, good cigarette control is kind of key to fighting off carjackers.
Did it go out at all during it, or was it lit the whole time?
It actually wasn't lit to begin with. I just was kind of holding it in my mouth, I intended on lighting it, but hadn't yet. So, it didn't interrupt the smoking session. No.
Shows how steady you were. What'd you yell at them when they left?
I don't know if I can say it on your program, but
I said,
"Get back here, you!" I said, "Get back here, you MFers," because I fully intended on not stopping there.
Wow. So you're all you have is a power hose. They have guns, and you wanted them to come back.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I actually jumped in my car and I took off. I was going to try to run them down, and unfortunately, the hose had fallen in front of my car. So when I took off, I noticed, and I didn't want to hurt my car, so I put it in reverse. And by the time I turned around, they were already gone.
Were the guys ever arrested that you know of?
No, not that I'm aware of. They weren't able to identify the guys because they were so well, disguised. They kind of hid their face, with bandanas, with the hoodies and the caps, and they had thermals that went all the way down, to their wrists, so you really couldn't get anything identifying. They thought one of them they could see a little tattoo on his cheek, but it wasn't enough to identify the guy. They do think that the same people were involved with an actual homicide about a week later. There was a lady that was in a McDonald's right down the street from that car wash, and it was the same kind of setup. They distracted her, turned around. I don't know what she did, but they shot her in the chest, and she wound up passing away. So they think that it possibly could be the same guys.
What connection do you know that they had between what happened to you and the homicide a week later?
The description and the location. It was literally, not even a half mile down.
Have you given up looking for them at all, or are you still trying to figure out who they were?
Oh, yeah, I figured at this point, the way that they are, they're probably in prison or jail already by this point. There's really no way I could identify them or track them down. I went over to the car wash a few times and tried to set them up again, but no avail. So I don't know. They're probably long gone in prison or something, considering what they've been doing.
Trying to set them up how? Just recreating what happened?
Yeah, yeah. I went up there actually, and I bought a Mustang for my brother, a newer Mustang for my brother, and I took that up there, and was about the same time at night, doing the same kind of thing, but I was keeping my eyes a lot more peeled, and I also had pepper spray with me, so I was intending on going a little bit harder that time. I had pepper spray and a baseball bat, so.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Have you gotten any sort of extra protection since this happened?
No, I mean I carry an OC spray gun, and I usually have a machete, like a Gerber machete, and somewhere around. But I really don't like to. I shoot firearms and things like that. I definitely don't like to carry them with me. There's too many there's too many possibilities of bad things going wrong, and I know how to handle myself. If somebody's going to use a gun against me having a gun on me, it's like a 1 in 50 chance it's going to work out in my favor anyway. It might make things even worse.
Yeah, I think saying you can handle yourself is certainly an understatement. Mike Davis, appreciate you coming on, and please stay safe.
All right. Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate it.